Okay, class. Today we are going to discuss the basic math operations. So, you need to know the mathematical operators, which is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, so let's get started. So, of course, you have to create your new project. Yan. And for now, I have created my project under the file name firstprograms, and I name it MathBasic. So it is better that your file name is meaningful to the content or the functionality of your file or your program, so that you can easily recall what the program is all about. Okay, so let's get started with the parts of the program. So of course you have here the package name, which is firstprograms, and then of course we import java.util, then java.io for our scanner reader, and java.io for basic input-output functions. Public class MathBasic, so this is the main class or the file name. Public static void main, so this is the main program in class MathBasic. This is where the execution of program starts. So scanner in is equals new scanner system.in.useDelimiter \n. So it enables the scanner to recognize space or special characters, and it is terminated once you go to the next line for the input. Next, in this example, we are put two numbers, so that's why to store the two numbers, so we use n1 to store the first number and n2, the variable, to store the second number. So since we are to manipulate whole numbers, so that's why we call this integer. So the data type is integer. Next, after the user input first and second numbers, so we need to compute the sum and difference of numbers. So that's why we have created new variables, integer, sum, and diff, which are also type integer. But if you would like to modify this, we can modify this to double upload if we would like to perform division operation. Usually in division there is a decimal, but when you perform division or average, there is a decimal. So it is much better to use float or double type of data which has decimal values or accept decimal values for the value and the result to be more accurate. Okay, next we will input the first number. So to input first number, so we use System.out.print. So .print meaning that the cursor stays beside the statement enter first number, and then it reads there the input n1. So the integer will be stored on the variable n1. Yan, so in.nextInt. Next, ask the user to input the second number. Yan, and then read and store. The second number will be stored on n2. Then after that, we need to compute and store the sum. So to compute the sum, and so this is the explanation. Sum is equals n1 plus n2. So after computing, so you have to display the result. So even you have computed the sum or you have performed addition, you still have to display the result by using System.out.print line sum and the value of the sum. Make sure, class, that you are not modifying the spelling of your variables. So we have declared a small letter sum. Yan, so when you use it in the computation, so the spelling remains the same, And when you display the result or the output, the spelling remains the same. Small letter is different from big letter. So as you can see here, it is just the text, the word sum that will appear. So it's okay that it is a big letter. But when you are using it as a variable, so make sure that you have the same spelling as your declaration in the list of variables. Okay, next. So we have computed and displayed the sum. So next, compute and display the difference. So we are going to subtract N2 from N1 and display the result. System.out.print line difference. Yan, as you can see, so we need to display the difference. Okay. Now class, if you would like, yan, so if you will run this program, so again, you have to right click and run file. Or you can set this as the main program so that it will automatically run. So if you entered any number, for example 5, then the second number, for example 2, then it will display the sum is 7, the difference is 2. 5 plus 2 equals 7, then 5 minus 2 equals 3. And so if you would like to add division and multiplication, so I suggest that you make it float or double. Yan. So difference, quotient, and product. Okay, so we can just copy this and then modify the so here sum is equals N1. So we will modify this to quotient is equals N1 divided by slash is the symbol for division, and then we will modify this to quotient, so it is a big letter Q, while the variable for quotient is just a big letter, a small letter Q, quotient. And then product is equals N1 times N2. N1 times asterisk N2. Then display the product is product. So compute the quotient. This one, compute the product. Okay, so when you run this program, so you can view all the result. So you can set this as main program so that it will be easier for you to run. Then set main project for the current program. And then you can run this. Not yet set. Set main project. Ayun. Set main project, first program. Run file. Enter first number 9, 7. Yan, so the sum is 16, the difference is 2, and the quotient is 1.2, and the product is 63, 9.7 equals 6.